Hello everyone, welcome to the SBI Securities Weekly Wrap podcast. First, let's discuss the week gone by. After touching record high levels in the last week, the Indian equity benchmark indices witnessed profit booking throughout the week and ended with cuts of more than 2%. The performance of the broader markets were also in line with the benchmarks as they declined 1.7 to 2%. The markets globally entered a cautious state ahead of the Fed's monetary policy meeting, the outcome of which was more on the hawkish side. This time's FOMC meeting also included release of the summer economic projections along with the dot plot, which suggested an additional 25 basis points rate hike in 2023 and rate cuts of about 50 basis points in 2024. This led to a spike in the 10-year US Treasury yields, which rose to 16-year high during the week. In a big macro positive for India, towards the end of this week, news came in that Indian government bonds will be included in the JP Morgan Emerging Bond Index with effect from June 2024. This will help to accelerate the inflows into India's sovereign bonds. It is likely to result in $20 to $25 billion worth of inflows into India and further help in lowering bond yield as well as strengthen the Indian rupee. Looking to the week ahead, no major economic data is scheduled except for the 8 core sector data for August. Globally, data pertaining to the US Consumer Confidence Index, the Personal Consumption Expenditure Index, and the Core PCE Index will be tracked. The Indian market will continue to track global peers next week, as well as keep an eye on the crude oil prices. Talking about the weekly sectoral gainers and losers, except for the PSU index, which was up 0.6%, and the power index, which ended the week flat, all the other sectoral indices ended in the red, with the realty index down 4.3%, the metal, healthcare, and bank indices closing with cuts of 3 to 3.5%, and the auto and IT indices ending with losses of about 1.5%. Talking about the weekly gainers and losers on Nifty, the top 5 gainers on Nifty during the week were Power Grid, Asian Paints, Coal India, Titan, and NTPC, whereas the top 5 losers were HDFC Bank, Ultratech Cement, Dr. Reddy's, Wipro, and JSW Steel. Taking a check of some key monitorables, FIIs net sold 6,677 crores during the week. DIIs, on the other hand, net bought close to 1,900 crores worth of equities in the cash market. The rupee gained 0.3% on a weekly basis against the dollar and ended at 82.93 to the dollar. Brent crude briefly touched the $96 mark before correcting to $93. Week on week, it was lower by 0.7%. The 10-year US bond yield rose to 4.5% following the US FOMC meeting from 4.26% last week. Some of the key economic developments during the week were the US Fed Reserve decided to keep interest rates unchanged but adopted a more hawkish stance. They anticipate an additional 25 basis points rate hike by the end of the year, and the updated projections for 2024 show only a 50 basis points rate cut. The UK August CPI came in at 6.7% against the consensus of 7%. Core CPI also was lower at 6.2%, down from 6.9% in July. On back of this, the Bank of England, in its monetary policy meeting, kept the interest rate unchanged at 5.25% against the market expectation of a 25 basis points hike. Some key corporate developments during the week: Adani Green Energy and Total Energies formed a 50-50 joint venture with an investment of $300 million. This JV will comprise renewable energy portfolio of 1,050 megawatt across operational, under construction, and under development assets. RVNL announced a joint venture with Tracks and Towers Infratech for construction of 6-lane Varanasi-Kolkata Greenfield Highway for 1,200 crores. Tata Motors announced a price hike in its commercial vehicle portfolio by up to 3% effective October. The hike will be the third one in 2023 and will be applicable across the range of commercial vehicles. Glenmark Pharma announced 75% stake sale in its API subsidiary Glenmark Life Sciences to Nirma Limited for 5,651 crores. Post this deal, Glenmark Pharma will own 7.8% in Glenmark Life Sciences, and Glenmark Pharma as a whole will turn net cash positive. ABB India Limited secured an order from Samskip Netherlands to provide comprehensive power distribution system for hydrogen-fueled container vessels. NBCC India bagged two orders worth 150 crore and 100 crore from Khadi Village Industries Commission and Steel Authority of India respectively. The scope of work includes planning, execution, construction of upcoming buildings at various locations for KVIC and at the Bhilai Steel Plant for Steel Authority. Amber Enterprises subsidiary Ilgin Electronics has entered into a joint venture with NextBase Marketing, owner of the Noise brand, to design, manufacture and sell electronic wearables including smartwatches and earphones. NCC Limited and J. Kumar Infra have bagged an order for design, construction and operation of twin tunnels between Goregaon and Mulund in Mumbai. The order is worth 6,300 crores and NCC will own 51% in the JV while J. Kumar will own 49%. For key corporate actions in next week, kindly refer to our weekly wrap-up report. The link to view the report is shared in the description box below. This was all about the weekly market podcast. Thank you for listening. Have a great trading week ahead.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.